Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. This is Jeremy Geelan for SYS-CON TV. We are here at 10th Cloud Expo, New York. I'm with Tom McAndrew, EVP of Professional Services at Coalfire. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you very much.
Lots going on, we can see in the background, but more importantly, lots going on with Coalfire. Where should we start? Where should we place you in the cosmos, the IT cosmos, Tom?
So Coalfire is one of the leading cloud security folks out there in the country, and so we have about 30 major cloud assessments we have going on. And so the problem we're solving today is that security and compliance are continual challenges for cloud providers. They really want to move high-risk data, HIPAA data, healthcare data, financial data, and so those guys are looking more and more for organizations that understand cloud, understand compliance, can help them move that data, share money, or save money, but do it in a cost-effective manner. And so that's really where Coalfire is helping right now. As technology is rapidly advancing and the standards are still very stagnant, we're there to kind of help organizations understand what to do and to provide that independent opinion of whether data can move to the cloud and what are the best mechanisms to protect it.
So it really is consultancy, from top to bottom. That's what you want to do. You're not actually moving it, you're talking about how they should move it.
Correct. So that's kind of what's interesting about us, and I think one of the reasons why we're growing is in the past, some people would tell you that you needed something and they'd happen to have the solution to implement it.
Oh, what a surprise, but you really are independent.
Exactly, and so, and that's one of the things that we do is because we just do IT security and just cloud, that's where we specialize in. So we kind of have two areas where we do the advisory and do the consulting side, the audit side of things, and historically we've been just an audit-only firm, but we have other organizations that are interested in getting into a space or something, and so we'll kind of provide them, for example, we have a lot of private industries that have never dealt with federal entities before, and so they're saying, hey, all of a sudden I won this big federal contract, or I'm interested in it, but I didn't know anything about FISMA compliance or FedRAMP, help us out, and so we can help them out with that, or if they're ready to do the assessment, we can do the assessment.
There's such a huge need for that, I'm guessing. This is not mean, but Coalfire doesn't resonate with me as being something that has to do with that. So how can we help you via SYS-CON TV? Say, no, it's Coalfire that you need for this. Where does the name come from?
Yeah, it's highly debated. It's in a bunch of Coalfire folklore on where it started. But basically, we're based out of Denver, and we have 7 offices now throughout the country, and one opening up in London. And the name really came from kind of this. In Coalfire, they have these mines that will catch on fire, and they'll kind of self-perpetuate. And so the idea of having a company that started that could generate its own business and continue to grow was something that happened. With the exception of when we do work in the utility sector, NERC SIP compliance, that's the only place where our name really makes sense today. But yeah, it's still it's interesting to see where we're at. So.
Well, that's fine. We're going to make sure we brand you as that. So you're the people that we should come to if we need independent advice. You're not going to, as you say, whip out some product out of the back pocket. What would be a good way of if somebody wanted to see who else you're advising and how? They can go to the website?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a couple things. So we're one of the largest providers in the payment card space. So if you go to Visa and MasterCard's website, you'll see Coalfire. We've certified a variety of major clouds out there. You'll see folks from Oracle to, we're going to be having Amazon will be on there. I mean, so those sorts of folks to small 20, 30 person employee firms that are trying to get into the market as well. And then you'll also see the federal government has a new program called FedRAMP, and you'll see there they have these third-party assessors. Those are the folks that are authorized to do the federal clouds.
Does it translate into a little Coalfire logo? I mean, I'm asking you seriously.
So
there will be name recognition.
Yeah, you'll see. I mean, we have over 1,000 customers today, and the name is starting to kind of be branded. So you're seeing it on websites where you see people will have been validated by Coalfire. So we have more and more, whether it's a hospital or when you go to a point-of-sale system in a store. I mean, a lot of the devices that you use, whether it's on a mobile device, cloud infrastructure, have now been validated us. And I was just thinking, I mean, that's kind of interesting as we look through this expo and we see all these folks, how many people now, we've got over probably 20 different customers just in this expo alone, and it's pretty interesting. So
we try and bring you the whole ecosystem. Now you can get to all the others, I hope.
Exactly. I mean, IT security and audit isn't as sexy as the folks that are making the clouds and are implementing the clouds. However, it's the area that is becoming more and more important for everyone so they're successful in their business model.
Safety belts aren't sexy, Tom, but I wouldn't drive my car without one. We can go to coalfiresystems.com or coalfire.com.
You can do either. We've got both of those, and then we just integrated with another company called DRG Systems in the Bay Area. So now they're part of the Coalfire family, and we're looking at adding a couple other as well. So if you just keep a track on the Coalfire site, website, you'll see all the other folks that we're integrating with. So.
Beautiful. Thanks for catching us up. Tom McAndrew, EVP of all good things at Coalfire Systems. And thank you, Tom, for joining us in New York City, and thank you for watching this out there on the World Wide Web.